The theme that I chose is prejudice. My thematic question would be, how do small-town values of prejudice spread throughout a community just by opinion? The theme prejudice can be broken down into 3 different parts: class discrimination, racism, and sexism. My thematic question and thesis: Macomb is a small town and it relates to opinions spreading fast. They're continuing through their children. The children's minds are so absorbent they can take their parents' opinions as their own. They want to show they can be mature and capable of upholding their own opinion. The values in Macomb are old-fashioned compared to our time now. As I said before, you can break down prejudice into 3 different parts. The first one would be racism. It is an important theme in the book. It has many different occasions where racism occurs. The biggest one would be Tom Robinson. He's one of the main characters in the book. He's accused of raping a white woman, but his testimony in court proves him innocent. He is charged otherwise, unfortunately, by the jury. Dolphus Raymond would be another example. He's with a black woman and has mixed children. Jem has to explain to Scout what a mixed child is and also shows how Scout has had a sheltered life throughout the book. Sexism would be another one. It plays a development in the novel. Men feel like they should protect the women from unsightly things. Another example would be Aunt Alexandra is determined throughout the book to make Scout more ladylike, like wear dresses, go to tea parties, etc. Also during Tom's testimony, the women and children are asked to leave the courtroom and protect them from the nature of the case. Some of the women in To Kill a Mockingbird actually believe to be a lady, you must dress, act, and speak in a certain way. Finally, you could just break it up into discrimination by class. In To Kill a Mockingbird, there's class discrimination from the upper class and also from the lower class. An example in the upper class would be Aunt Alexandra discriminating against Walter Cunningham because he's in the lower class. And discrimination from the lower class to the upper class would be a woman from California's church did not act towards Scout and Jem in the same way that the other group members of California's church did. You can relate class discrimination to news today. There's an internet article about how discrimination against people because of their social class can lead to stress and poor health. It states that growing up in poverty was higher in levels of discrimination due to their health habits. You can relate that article also back to the book as far as Aunt Alexandra discriminates against Walter Cunningham because of his poverty. She relates him to trash, and this example shows how Walter may have had poor health habits. In the book, it shows how Walter won't take any money from anyone, and Scout continues to explain why to everyone, basically. Walt is disappointed and is kind of sad because of it. It shows Walter doesn't want everyone to know or have recognized that he is poor and he lives in poverty, which can cause stress on Walter. You can also relate sexism to news today from the book. There's an internet article that says women are pressured to dress a certain way by the internet in different aspects of society. Also that women can suffer from their beauty if they do not use it. Society and the media put pressure on women to behave a certain way and that they are judged if they do not. You can also relate this article back to the book, relating Aunt Alexandra always pressuring Scout to dress a certain way. Scout does not like to dress ladylike, she's more of a tomboy. Aunt Alexandra says that Scout makes Atticus look bad, and she also says Scout could be more ladylike and uphold a better reputation. You can also relate racism to news today. There's an internet article that talks about how there's an African American woman who lives in Louisiana. She was set on fire by anonymous people in a random hate crime because of her skin color. That you can relate back to the book as well. It relates to Tom being persecuted guilty for a crime he didn't commit. Tom Robinson was hated because of his skin color, and it was just another excuse to persecute him, as well as him quote-unquote raping Neola, but he really didn't. Tom was persecuted for no reason and was an innocent, honest man. He also experienced hate crime, as did the woman in Louisiana. In such a small town like Maycomb, news and gossip spread quickly. Children do absorb opinions and the ways of thinking from their opinions and the people they're around. Opinions in a small town bring out prejudice in some people, and it shows their true colors. Shows how the way parents behave around their children can factor in with their opinions.